I apologize if I sound sick. I am. That's why I haven't been uploading. That and the fact that Bohemia servers are currently being DDoSed, but we're about to get into that. If you've been trying to play Arma Reforger or DayZ lately and you've noticed that you're completely unable to play, you're not alone. Bohemia Interactive, the company behind these games, is currently the target of a massive DDoS attack, and it's causing massive unrest within the Bohemia player communities. But the real question is, who's behind this, and why isn't anyone stopping them? Let's dive in. Over the past week, Bohemia Interactive servers have been hit with relentless distributed denial of service attacks. This pretty much means that the hackers are flooding the servers with fake traffic, so much that it's making it nearly impossible for real players to connect. The attack is affecting Arma Reforger and DayZ, two of Bohemia's biggest online games right now, and players have reported extreme lag, disconnections, and in some cases, servers being completely unusable. So who's ultimately in the wrong here? A hacker group known as Style Squad Reborn has claimed responsibility for these attacks. They're demanding around 0.8 Bitcoin, which is roughly 81 grand, in exchange for stopping the assault. Their exact motives are unclear, but some theories suggest that it could be related to political tensions, specifically community servers in Arma that simulate the Ukraine-Russian war. Others believe that they're doing it for laughs or to hold the company for ransom. In my professional opinion, after reading through their Telegram channel and translating a few of their messages from Russian to English, I'd like to say that they're doing it for laughs, but I have no room to speak. I'm not a hacker. So what's Bohemia doing about it? According to one of their lead developers, Clemach, I think I'm pronouncing that right, the company was caught off guard by the large scale of this attack. They've acknowledged the issue and they're working on countermeasures, but so far there's been no official timeline of when things will go back to normal. Meanwhile, players are just left waiting. This brings us to the big question. Why isn't anyone stopping these hackers? You might think the CIA or FBI would swoop in and shut this down, but here's the thing. DDoS attacks against gaming companies, while disruptive, aren't considered a national security threat. In the US, the FBI typically handles major cyber crimes, but only if there's a significant amount of financial damage or extortion involved. While there is a ransom demand here, it's still unclear if Bohemia has even contacted law enforcement or if authorities are actively investigating. Now, even if the authorities did step in, stopping a DDoS attack is not that simple. These attacks come from thousands of different IP addresses across the world, often using hacked computers, and tracing the actual perpetrators requires international cooperation, and if they're hiding behind VPNs or operating from a country that doesn't extradite cyber criminals, it gets even trickier. So what can the average player do right now? Unfortunately, as we said earlier, not much. Bohemia Interactive is already working on mitigation, but until they fully resolve the issue, players can try using community servers that aren't targeted as heavy, keeping an eye on official updates and avoiding unofficial fixes that could be scams is also a good idea. At the end of the day, this attack on Bohemia, it's just a reminder of how vulnerable our online games can be. Whether it's for money, politics, or just fun, cybercriminals can disrupt entire gaming communities, and right now it seems like there is not much anyone can do about it. We'll keep an eye on the situation, so if you want updates, be sure to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. And hopefully we'll be back on Arma Reforger soon. Before we end, I want to share a few screenshots that I've accumulated from the past couple of days from the official Arma Discord that show the feedback that players are giving about these DDoS attacks. Red Jello says, "I'm just left alone with my thoughts. No Arma, no DayZ. I'm just sleeping, wake up, toilet, eat, water, check servers, sleep. I've also relapsed. Bohemia Interactive Games helped me. Without, I don't know how much longer I can last. This isn't a joke. I'm seriously mentally deranged. The games keep me sane." And then another message from Red Jello says, "I'm going to take my life if the hackers don't stop, so there will be blood on their hands. They've taken the only thing I care for in the world away from me." Red Jello is expressing deep distress and feelings of isolation, relying heavily on Bohemia Interactive games like Arma and DayZ as a coping mechanism. Their messages convey a sense of hopelessness, particularly due to the impact of the hackers disrupting their gameplay, which they can see as their only source of stability. The second message is especially concerning as it includes thoughts of self-harm and a plea for the situation to change. They feel desperate, emotionally overwhelmed, and basically they're at a breaking point. I do want to say at the time of recording, a couple minutes ago, I did direct message Red Jello to make sure he's alright. I have not gotten a reply yet, but if I do get a reply, I will stick it right here in the video for you. Post-editing Carrot here. He's not replied to me, but I've seen him go on and offline a few times, so I'm pretty convinced he's okay. Moving on. Darker doesn't blatantly portray the war in Ukraine, which is what the Dodger has stated he's pissed about. Imagine having your server directly named in relation to attacking a company about portraying a war in your own country. Couldn't be us. Some context for this message. Madman's a developer for one of the Arma community servers. I couldn't personally tell you which one, but he brings up a good point. If Bohemia is allowing independent servers to recreate large-scale conflicts like the Ukraine-Russian war on Arma without thinking about the possible political repercussions that could come after, they can come, and are coming, facing backlash from Russian hackers who are upset about the way the war is going. From Rinkus Dinkus, that won't solve anything. Imagine you left your house door open, someone steals your shit, now you pay the thief money while leaving your door wide open for them to come right back in. Rinkus Dinkus brings up an excellent point here. There's a perfect real-world hypothetical situation to compare these extortions to. The OP of the message that Rinkus is replying to may have added a couple extra zeros in the 0.8 Bitcoin, but his point still stands. Why pay Russian hackers to stop DDoSing your game without any guarantee that they're actually going to stop DDoSing your game? They're criminals. They lie. And with that, we're gonna have to wrap the video up. We're out of time. If you'd like to stay posted with any updates on the situation, I'll be posting every few hours on my community tab with updates after this video is uploaded. So if you want to keep yourself updated on the situation, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure you turn my post notifications on so that you don't miss any server updates. See ya.